I'm home. I'm home. I'm happy. I'm home. Have you ever been on a vacation where you're just so happy to get back home? So happy to be home and alive? Well, I'm about to tell you a story, and I hope you enjoy it. I like you. Enjoy. Anyways, this story I'm about to tell is probably remembered differently by everybody that was involved in it. I'm going to tell my version of it. My version may or may not be the truth. It might have been part of my imagination. Sleep deprivation. I'm just telling you, this is how I remember it. Maybe a well-made apple cake, but for the most part, I remember it this way. We was in Texas visiting because it was my brother-in-law's youngest daughter. It was her graduation, and my sister-in-law was taking us around to look at these houses that was close by the entrance. Some was just abandoned, some was for sale. And, people just leave the house down there, I'm telling you. And so, some people was just like, well, if somebody live in it, so the squatters don't, we'd be happy, and stuff like that. And so my sister-in-law took us over to her cousin's house. And at her cousin's house, they live across the highway and by, the scrapyard, junk place, you take your junk and sell it. Recycling center, whatever you want to call it. And from here out, about her cousin, I don't remember a lot of actual truth about her cousin, so just let me hear my little bit there, okay? Because for some reason, her cousin wasn't living there. I don't know where he was at. But anyways, we pulled up there, and anyways, there was two people over. There was a garage over this way. There's two people over there at the garage, and then there was a van, and it was a light gray van. Matt says it's white. My sister-in-law said it was dark gray, but it was a light gray. I remember that color of that van, yeah. And it might have been a dirty white, but I think it was a light gray. And it had a trailer on the back of it, and it had some motorcycle bodies on the back of it. And there's one guy over there that looked like me, and there was one guy over there that looked like Danny Trejo. You know who I'm talking about. Anyways, my sister-in-law was in her car with her girls and the little girls. They had 3 little girls and 2 bigger girls. And then it was me and Matt and Sissy in our car. And Sissy's only like 2 years old. The funny thing about it is I asked her about her remember going there. And she's like, I remember going to these houses and playing on the swings and stuff. And we did it one. I can't believe that was like a 2 years old memory, Anyway, so there was, my sister-in-law gets out, and she's just, a happy, chatty type person. And so there was 2 ladies that looked like they was coming out of the house. And the one lady proceeds to tell her, that they was getting these motorcycle bodies and things like that. And anyways, we was just like, oh, she's like, well, I'm just going to show my brother and sister-in-law around. This is my cousin's house. And she thought the lady was like one of his ex-girlfriends or something. Anyways, we went in this house, and it was a nice house. It was, for its time. It was probably 100 years old or so. It was a nice house, Anyway, it had a lot of nice architecture and stained glass windows. Anyways, this was going in the house. I looked over, and them women was talking to those men. And that one woman was looking at the guy that didn't look like me, and she's shaking her head like this, no, 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 no. And so I thought maybe there was just in a quilt or something. We went in and was looking around, and my cousin found a letter to her cousin on the table. It was from the insurance, and it had like an insurance check in it and stuff. And so, anyways, we went down the basement. It had it had a well, or it had a water catchment system. It had the big thing down there, and I think maybe it had a cold chute in it too. It was a creepy basement, okay? You got the picture? Creepy. It's a dark, creepy basement. Anyway, I looked around, I got out of there, because every horror movie I'd ever watched come back to memory, and I was like, I'm pretty sure people die in this kind of basement, you know? And so I got on out, and we got out, and we sat on the front porch looking over the prairie and everything, and so my sister-in-law said, well, let's go on back. And so we get in the cars, and the van pulled out in front of my sister. So anyways, that van turned, and one of the motorcycle bodies fell off in the road. And they got out, and they picked it up, and they throwed it back in, and the guy that didn't look like me was like giving us the evil eye and everything, and my sister-in-law, she just smiled away from them, and anyways, they go on, we go back to the house, and so she calls her cousin's sister, I think, or something, because she couldn't get a hold of him for whatever reason, I don't know why. I can't draw that back in my memory, but anyway, they said, well, they weren't supposed to be over there. Well, nobody's supposed to be over there. Ain't nobody been allowed to be over there. And she said, well, I thought it was that one girl that used to live with him. And she described her and everything. She said, no. So we described the men that was with them. She's like, no. So anyways, come to find out later on, the sheriff called us and wanted us to give a description of that van and the trailer and the people. They was over there robbing the place. They was thieves. And all I can think about was that guy was probably wanting to come and kill us all while we was in the house. You know, there could have been 10 of us bodies down there in that basement, you know, or something, because he looked pretty rough. He's a pretty rough character. He's a thug. Yeah, he was. I was like, they were stealing it? They was robbing the place? We could die right there on the lone prairie. Yeah. Bury me now on the lone prairie. Yeah. I'm telling you. You know, we kind of laugh about it now and joke about it, but it was kind of serious, you know. We didn't know we was interrupting a robbery, you know. Luckily, you know, they was like, oh, them people, they don't know nothing. They're from out of state. They can't identify us. And then, of course, all us adults, all had a different color for that van. Nobody believed me that it was like gray. And then she could identify the women, but the only one I could identify was the hombre, you know. And so I was like, I don't know. So, you know, we wept and we took our 4 days home, and we got home. We was happy to be home. We so happy to be home. It's just even running around calling, toys, I'm home, room, I'm home, bed, I'm home, bodies, I'm home, babies, I'm home. She just run around, all her stuff. She'd pick it up and hug it. I'm home, I missed you so much. She'd been gone too long from the home. I was like that too. I found out what was going on. I was like, home, I'm happy, I'm home. to say, come back. I was like, sometime. Yeah. Don't take me back to the old house, though, because, you know, you just never know. So sometimes I get myself in trouble. Sometimes I just stumble upon it. Sometimes people take me to it, okay? Sometimes I'm telling you people, yeah, I understand all the things that's happened to me, but sometimes people just lead me right to it. I gotta go. I love you.